I'd say the big bet that I took that actually closed our first 5 customers was getting a booth at Dreamforce. And I share that because it probably goes.
You got a booth before you had any customers?
Yes. And it's exactly that. Like, it sounds so counterintuitive. But here was the thinking I had, like, and maybe this doesn't work for other people, but here's what I was thinking. We had launched the product 2 months prior. Now, we talked to people, there was interest, but we hadn't closed anything yet. And at the time, we tried raising a little bit from VCs for a seed round, but at the time, people, VCs, investors thought that I was crazy for trying to tackle, these 4 different markets at once. The LMS and CMS were completely different markets, buyers that never going to be combined. Fast forward 7 years later, they're all the same. And so, and frankly, I just didn't really know how to pitch or how to get investors. And without any customers, it was just tough. Dreamforce was, I think it was November that year in 2018. And so the product is ready to get out there. And I'm like, listen, it's going to cost us $35,000 to get a booth, which is a fifth of what we had in the bank. And we were paying the developers and our original kind of technical founding engineers. But I think if we either need to go for it, go big or go home at the biggest event of the year and put our name out there. And I'm we're going to be able to rapid test validation. There's literally hundreds of thousands of potential buyers there. We should do it. And somehow my co-founder didn't think I was completely losing my mind and you're running go-to-market. And she got in. So it was basically the 2 of us. Now, for the first customers, we also were very aggressive on pricing. So we did give heavy discounts for the first year. We were okay, let's kind of, especially for these enterprises that were somehow willing to buy us, I was like, let's treat this as a basically paid pilot. But that's how we got, and in the months following, our first 20 to 30 customers. And frankly, to this day, that's still how we got, in 2019, the following year, the entire Southwest Airlines, Salesforce team happened to walk by, and that's how we brought them on us as a customer. And they've been a customer now for, going on 5 years. We were instrumental for them as they went through COVID and everyone was sent home. And, it was well. Then now they've expanded to 4,500 users and they've been an amazing reference customer. And so, I do think conferences can work. It is a matter of luck. I think the lesson that I learned early on is because conferences were working, we're that's pretty much only a marketing strategy. We're doing LinkedIn, LinkedIn, and we're doing, conferences, and that's going to work. And, once upon a time when budgets were flowing, I think that it worked well enough that we were able to mass, but I think we waited too long to invest in other more people channels. But anyway, so that's how I got our first.
That's really, wow. Wow.
I don't know. I don't know if anyone should follow that advice, to be clear, but that's what we did.
Well, the thing about it is that you knew where your audience was, and you knew that they were, Dreamforce has them all there, and it's high risk, but you can't get in front of that many potential buyers in one place anywhere else, online or anywhere else. And so that's really, I did not know that. That's a really interesting